With the prolonged drought being witnessed in Wajir County, children below the age of 5 years have borne the brunt of malnutrition. According to the World Health Organization, around 45% of deaths among children within this age bracket are linked to deficiency of nutrition, otherwise known as undernutrition. Jackie Wambera takes us to Wajir County and has the story for you.
Meet Abdi, not his real name. Abdi's mother has brought him for a checkup at the Wajir Referral Hospital. After observation, he is now found to require treatment for malnutrition. The drought has had devastating consequences on her family, especially after losing livestock, the main source of the family income.
Wajir County is one of the counties that is currently experiencing severe drought. 40% of the population are in food aid. Malnutrition rate among the under 5 is 21.7%.
Because of the drought, most of our population are even outside the county and even outside Kenya, leaving behind children and mothers and old people. This will make them very much vulnerable to malnutrition.
She says the medical workers recommended that the baby be fed with formula milk, a product she says was difficult to acquire due to financial constraints. Abdi's health seemed to be deteriorating. It is then that she opted to seek medical attention. At the pediatric ward in Wajir County Referral Hospital, a 3-year-old has been admitted after suffering from acute malnutrition.
The child came with complaint of diarrhea. The child also had swelling of the body. The child also had cough. On measurements, the child was found to be severely malnourished.
The toddler is among the number of children malnourished for long periods due to the prolonged drought.
The mother is from very far place, that's about 120 kilometers from here. The mother was a pastoral. Because of the drought, she lost a lot of herds of livestock. In the process, the child got malnourished. During this drought, daily we usually admit 2 to 3 children. So that's daily.
Her family was barely getting any food. After being diagnosed with acute malnutrition, she began receiving treatment to help her regain her health.
Immediately after we admit a child, we start with a feed called F75, where the child usually stays for the first 3 days. Then we transit it to F100, which we expect a lot of weight gain. At this stage, we don't expect a weight gain. The child also had a very poor appetite. Hence is using an AG2. So this type of feeding method we are not currently using for this child is in G2 because the child is not feeding orally.
In a separate instance, this 2-year-old is among children who have received treatment and are showing signs of improvement.
So basically, today is the 10th day. The child is doing very well. During admission, the child was very weak. The child was also lethargic and had a very poor appetite.
To gauge the level of malnutrition a child is experiencing, medical personnel measure a child's mid-upper arm circumference. A band with green, yellow and red sections is wrapped around the child's upper arm. Green indicates the child is not malnourished, yellow indicates malnourishment, red indicates severe malnourishment and risk of death.
So first, the first contact we get the child, we take the family history. After taking the family history, we assess the child. We take the weight, we take the mark, and we take the height. These are the anthropometric measurements we use to detect malnutrition.
Malnutrition refers to deficiencies, excesses, or imbalances in a person's intake of energy or nutrients.
Children and women are the most affected because they are the most vulnerable. They have little access to health services. They have little or no access to economic opportunities.
The term malnutrition addresses three broad groups of conditions, including undernutrition, which includes wasting or low weight for height, stunting, which is low weight for age, and underweight, which is low weight for age. Micronutrient-related malnutrition, which includes micronutrient deficiencies or a lack of important vitamins and minerals, or micronutrient excess, and overweight, obesity, and diet-related non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and some cancers.
Most of the children come with medical complication whereby they have diarrhea, pneumonia. That is the major cause. But the other thing, mostly we have realized that there is a drought currently, and after we take the history, most of the families are poor and they can't afford a balanced diet to give the child.
To treat the children suffering from severe acute malnutrition, food alone is not enough. An addition of nutrient-rich food treatment called ready-to-use therapeutic food comes in handy.
Supplements are given according to the child's weight. The least receives 14 as per the guideline, and the highest receives 32.
Ready-to-use therapeutic food like fortified peanut paste is packed with nutrients such as vitamin C, iron, calcium, potassium, protein, among others, designed to revive severely malnourished in just days. This is what the medical workers are using to treat the children. In efforts to address the obtaining situation, Wajir County government, in partnership with Save the Children, has launched an emergency response for communities living in Wajir that has limited access to health services, such as screening children and pregnant mothers for acute malnutrition and providing families with nutrition support.
These interventions include health services. Save the Children is providing health services throughout integrated outreaches to more than 100,000 populations without access to static health facilities.
Residents lauded the initiative, calling on the government to address the plight.
The drought has worsened. We lack water, health facilities, medication and relief food. We have money, but we have nowhere to spend it.
Health specialists calling on the need to put in place long-term development measures so as to address drought crisis affecting the region.
Capacity build it so that they go on the other way of agricultural development. Maybe they can be given educationals on agriculture, on irrigations, and maybe other income source other than livestock.
And drought is something that is becoming near normal in these counties. So it's all about, adapting strategies and supporting community and strengthening community institutions.
Reporting for Prime Edition, I'm Jackie Wambiru.